Alright, so it seems like YouTube is changing up their whole performance algorithm again, so I thought I'd start this video with a quick experiment. If you enjoy the video, consider clicking the like button or leaving a comment. Good performance on videos from good engagement helps us afford more consistent and higher quality content, so it's really appreciated if you want to help out. But enough about that. Let's get weird. Last we left off, we went through just 10 strange and horrifying entries in the Pokemon Sun Pokedex. And let me tell you guys, Moon is just as bad, if not worse. Again, this dex is so messed up that it's hard to pick out just 10 entries, but here's what I've got.
Oh yeah, and there's mild Pokemon spoilers, so if you don't want to know about the new Pokemon, then don't watch.
Alolan Gollum. Because it can't fire boulders at a rapid pace, it's been known to seize nearby Geodude and fire them from its back. What? Now that's what I call Pokemon combat.
Put the smack down with my Pokemon and make that Pokemon combat.
Using another Pokemon as a weapon. And not just any Pokemon, but the first form in its own line. It's the equivalent of an adult firing a baby out of a cannon just to fight with somebody. If that isn't hardcore, I don't know what is. Gus Lord. A dangerous Ultra Beast. It appears to be eating constantly, but for some reason its droppings have never been found. I'm sad to say that this isn't the first time we've dealt with poop in the Pokedex, but I still find it pretty funny. Scientists are curious. They want to understand the creatures of this world. Does Gus Lord contain a black hole in its stomach? But how is it still so heavy? But wrap it any way you want. It's still another Pokedex entry about poo, and that's hilarious. Because I have the mentality of a 5-year-old. Torkoal. If the fire burning within its shell goes out, it will die. Those who wish to raise one in their home must always keep something flammable at hand. I always find it funny when the Pokedex mentions alternative death conditions for Pokemon other than running out of HP. The Dex mentions this like it's just a normal pet chore. You know, don't overfeed your fish, remember to take your dog for a walk, keep a blowtorch on hand so that your pet turtle doesn't die the next time there's a gust of wind. You know, the basic routine. Sharpedo. It has a sad history. In the past, its dorsal fin was a treasured foodstuff, so this Pokemon became a victim of overfishing. Alright, this is getting a little too real. See, we know that people eat Pokemon parts, and they even mention Slowpoke tails being eaten once again in that poor thing's Pokedex entry in Moon. But like, shark finning is a real and terrible thing in this world, where fishermen cut off just the valuable fins off of a shark before throwing the rest of the body back in the water to die. I know Pokemon can mirror our real world quite a bit, but of all the things you're going to take from our world, why shark finning? Never on Earth did I think I'd see shark finning in my cute creature game. Oricorio, Sensu style. It summons the dead with its dreamy dancing. From their malice, it draws power with which to curse its enemies. You know what Pokemon's been missing all this time? Necromancers. Can't get enough of them. Bring the dead back to life, and then they curse people with the hatred they harbored in their past lives. Yes, this is what we've been missing. Said no one ever. Game Freak, what are you doing, man? Is it just because this form's a ghost? Is it because there's literally a ghost inside of the Pokedex this generation? And that's why everything's so messed up? That actually makes a lot of sense. Umbreon. I always thought it was weird that despite being a dark type, Umbreon Dex entries always mention that it has a coat of poison. As a fun, free entry for you guys, I found it hilarious that the one Pokemon Sun entry for Umbreon specifically mentions that it shoots poison into its opponent's eyes. But that's just the Sun entry. The Moon entry is just like Umbreon's typing. Dark. With its black fur, it blends into the darkness. It bides its time, and when prey appears, this Pokemon goes for its throat, and then eats it. This adorable Pokemon that's been a part of one of the most beloved evolution lines in Pokemon history, it goes for your throat and eats you. Nice. Beware. This Pokemon has the habit of hugging its companions. Many trainers have left this world after their spines were squashed by its hug. Now, we've heard about Beware Death Hugs as soon as this Pokemon was revealed prior to Sun and Moon's release. This is one of my favorite Pokedex wordings ever. Many trainers have left this world. They dead. Like, really dead. It's so morbid. Beware just wants a hug, but it will literally murder you by snapping your spine. Only the Pokedex could ruin something so innocent and adorable as a freaking hug. Beware the Beware. Palisand. Buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality it has drained. I don't like bones. Never been a big fan. Don't like thinking about bones. Not broken bones, not surgeries with bones, and not skeletons. And certainly not any of this doot stuff the kids are into these days. So when you have a Pokemon that not only murders you in its giant sand trap, but also carries around your bones like it's some kind of Dexter trophy, I'm out. No thanks. No bones, please. I said no bones! Bruxish. It stuns its prey with psychokinesis and then grinds them to mush with its strong teeth. Even Shelter's shell is no match for it. Okay, first, poor Shelter. This is not the first time we've heard about this thing getting brutally murdered in the Pokedex, and it probably won't be the last. But God, Bruxish, really? I know some people think you're ugly, and they were right. Not on the outside. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that that's just up to your personal taste. But on the inside, Bruxish is a horrifying killer. Pokemon always find new phrases to make me uncomfortable, and I think I've got to add grinding your prey to mush as a new phrase in my book. And closing the day out is Drifloon. This is the rare case where I bring back a Pokemon that we've already done in a previous episode. And don't worry, this Pokemon is still a terrifying child kidnapper. Pokemon Sun brought that old classic back while still throwing in a fat joke in there for good measure. But Pokemon Moon's entry proves that some Pokemon are so scary they can creep you out from multiple angles. If for some reason its body bursts, its soul spills out with the screaming sound. Who hurt you, Game Freak? What were you on with this game? I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. It keeps getting weirder. It keeps getting darker. And guess what? We still haven't even talked about Mega Evolution Pokedex entries yet. We'll have to save that twisted fate for a whole nother video. But as always, it is just so fun to comb through these absurd entries and see the colorful, lovely world of Pokemon dip into darkness every now and again. Thank you so much for being so supportive of this long-running side series. Sun and Moon is messed up, but somehow it's still full of all kinds of dark secrets I couldn't even get to in 20 entries. I'll see you guys next time with more Nintendo content.